Welcome back to the ultimate adult cartoon tier list, number 2. Alright, so I did this about 3 years ago or something. It did pretty well, and a lot of people were asking for another one. So here we go. I'm a little late to the party here, but better late than never. So let's start with The Simpsons. I haven't watched a lot of The Simpsons, but I'm going to try to mix this with my opinion and also just uh, pretty much everyone's opinion. So The Simpsons, I mean, it's going to be hard to do both. Um, I'll personally, I'd put The Simpsons in B tier, but obviously, I know it's an A tier show, the writing and everything like that. Personally, I was never a big fan of it, and I'm still not a big fan of it, but I can see why it's probably the best adult cartoon ever just because the writing's that good. Um, I don't know why I never liked it. I just think that the humor isn't crude enough for me. Like it's an adult cartoon, but it's like PG-13. Like I want like South Park humor, you know what I mean? King of the Hill's in the same boat as The Simpsons. I didn't watch a lot of King of the Hill, but I'd watch it, on the CW or something, and because they play 2 episodes a day. Um, but yeah, kind of the same boat as The Simpsons. I'd probably put it B tier, but obviously I know that most people would put it A tier, so I'll put it A tier. And it's a great show, and there's a reboot coming soon. I was thinking about watching all of King of the Hill, same with The Simpsons, but I just can't be bothered to do it. There's so many seasons. I'm going to be here for years just watching them, so I'm not going to do that. But from what I've seen, both are B tier in my opinion, but I can see why people would rate them higher than that. Family Guy, uh, controversial is S tier. It's S tier. Recent seasons probably D tier, but those early seasons all the way up until like season 18 maybe, it started to fall off around like season 13, honestly. I kind of got bored of it after the time travel episodes because the time travel episodes with Brian and Stewie were always my favorite. So once they kind of stopped doing that and the road to, I mean, they did Road to India, but it wasn't good. So I don't know. Putting it S tier is pretty controversial, but it's got to be there. There's no way I can't do it. You know what I mean? It's just that was my childhood. Really, I have every single Family Guy season on DVD all the way up until season 19 or season 20. So oh yeah, I've watched at least seasons 1 through 12 probably 4 times over. So yeah, I'm a big Family Guy fan. Same with South Park. Um, South Park's S tier too. I put it above Family Guy. It's just better, and it's still good now, which is something that Family Guy hasn't held up. South Park has held up though. It's still good. It's obviously not like classic South Park, but I'd say both shows went a different direction. At least they tried to. The South Park did it correctly. South Park did it successfully. Family Guy did not, and that's why South Park is still super popular and Family Guy isn't as popular. So S tier. I recognize this style of writing, but I can't quite read it, so that's why it's got to go and haven't watched. Beavis and Butthead, I'm gonna put A tier. Can't put an S tier. The movie was S tier, the first movie, Beavis and Butthead Do America. I really love that movie. But if we're talking about the whole show in general, I'd probably put it A tier. I put it top of A tier. Probably very controversial to do that, but I would. Top of A tier. It's a really good show. It's really funny. American Dad, also put it A tier. Probably right here. American Dad still holds up today. At this point in time, it's better than Family Guy. Um, I'd still always prefer Family Guy, but American Dad has some really good episodes, like that episode where Steve and Stan go to find the peanut butter and the Illuminati and all that. Aqua Teen Hunger for fourth. I didn't watch a lot of. only reruns on Adult Swim. I think it's a B tier show. I know a lot of people are a fan of it. I never really got into it. I mean, it's okay. Daria, I also never watched. I watched some like clips and just videos on YouTube, but I never watched the show. So I don't know if I should put it in haven't watched. I guess technically I kind of have to, but from what I've seen, it seems like a good show. Not really my type of show, but for some people, yeah, I'm sure they'd like it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast, never really watched. I kind of have to put it here because I've seen like an episode or two, but I don't think that's good enough. Same with Harvey Birdman, just like maybe one or two episodes on Adult Swim. Sealab, can't really. I don't think maybe I've seen a couple episodes. I can't really read that. The Venture Bros, um, should be A tier. I've seen maybe 6 episodes, so obviously I can't really have too much of an opinion on it, but I think from the episodes I saw, they were all really good. So, and I know that they have a couple movies and everybody really likes it. So, judging off that, I think it has to be A tier. The Boondocks is A tier. I'd probably put it. Uh, yeah, for the impact it has to be top of A tier for me. I didn't watch a lot of episodes, but just the cultural impact, I can tell that it's got to be top A tier. Also, Venture Bros, I'd probably put. No, it can stay bottom A tier. Robot Chicken, top of B tier. Um, it's funny. I've watched a lot of Robot Chicken, but it really is just kind of a mid show. Some episodes are really funny, but when you watch it, it's really just bits and gags, kind of like cutaway scenes in Family Guy. And with cutaway scenes, some work and some don't. And it's the same here. Some work, some don't. So it's average. Squidbillies didn't watch too much of. I'm gonna put it in C tier though. I was never a very big fan of it. I can see why there's appeal, but it was always just one of those like fever dream cartoons you'd see on Adult Swim, where you just watch it. It's like, why is there talking squids on my screen? I mean, I watched it when I was a kid, but it never made any sense to me. Never watched 12 Ounce Mouse. Rick and Morty, it's got to be A tier. Probably put it like right there. Um, the first couple seasons were S tier, and then it just kind of fell off. I was a really big fan of Rick and Morty, especially when they were doing the evil Morty bit and everything like that. It was a really great show for a while, but yeah, I kind of had a fall off, which I know it's not really fair to say because Family Guy and Rick and Morty both kind of fell off, but they're Family Guy's S tier and Rick and Morty's A tier. But I just have more connection with Family Guy. Renegade. Yeah, I know this show. Didn't really watch it, but I know a lot of people are a big fan of it. I've watched a couple of videos on YouTube explaining it. Um, it is pretty deep. I know that. Um, I don't even know what this is. I can't read it. Oh, it says it's the Apocalypse show that I didn't Metalopolis or whatever. I didn't watch a lot of that. Futurama. Uh, man, I gotta put it top A tier. I want to put an S tier, but I can't because all of these shows they just started off so good and now they've kind of fallen off. Futurama even had that revival series, which I think was kind of pointless. They should have just left it where it ended in the original series because I'm not a very big fan of the rerun. I mean, I shouldn't say rerun, but of the new series. It's just not the same. But they tried. It will get them top of A tier. BoJack Horseman, I gotta put S tier. It's a really good show, really well written. I think most people will agree. I'm gonna put it above Family Guy. I kind of have to. If you want an actual like in depth, I don't want to say intelligent show. I don't want to be like 30 fans, but you know what I mean. If you actually want to connect with characters and watch a really well written TV show, then BoJack Horseman definitely should watch it. I can't read that, but I think it's that one family show with the people. I know that's pretty vague, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Um, I've heard of Disenchantment. It's like the Simpsons creators wrote it, but I can't remember it. Big Mouth, I'd say probably D tier. I watched like the first season. It wasn't very good. Obviously, everyone will agree with me on that. But Dr. Katz, I didn't watch a lot of. Probably not enough to rank it even, just clips on YouTube, so it wouldn't really be fair for me to rank it. Same with home movies, I just watch clips on YouTube. Um, I actually did watch Brickleberry. I like Brickleberry. I'm gonna put it A tier. Probably yeah, bottom of A tier. But I really liked Brickleberry. It was funny, even though they called it. What did they say? They said it was like a Family Guy knockoff or some kind of. They said it was basically just a knockoff of another show. But I was a really big fan of it. It was really funny. I can't read what that says, so I'm gonna put it there. Ugly Americans in the last TV, the ultimate cartoon tier list that I did. I actually hadn't watched it, but I've watched the full series now, and I'm a big fan of it. I'm gonna put it A tier. I'm gonna put it right up here. Um, Probably above Brickleberry and A tier. I was a really big fan of it. I was always too scared to watch it as a kid. I don't know why. It would air at like 3 a.m. and they'd be those uh, like trailers for it on Adult Swim, be like coming up at 3 a.m. and then it'd have those. They're not called trailers. They're called buffs or something like that. But they'd have those on Adult Swim, and I'd always be too scared to watch it. I'd be like, nope, I'm going to a different channel. But then I watched it, and it's actually really good. I've never heard of that. Bob's Burgers is next. I will put it. I think it deserves to be an A tier. Um, I'm not a huge fan of Bob's Burgers, but I appreciate what it did. I like a couple episodes, especially the cruise ship episode. But again, it's kind of like The Simpsons. It's not the humor isn't crude enough for me. CH. I can't read the whole title of that, so I can't rank it. I recognize the letters though, the formatting. Cleveland Show. I actually like the Cleveland Show. I'd put it probably like right here. Not a lot of people liked it, but I was a big fan of the Cleveland Show. I think they did a good job. Mission Hill. I know about it, but I've never watched it. I recognize that letter formatting, but I'd never seen it. The Critic. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Downtown. I haven't seen Alan Gregory, although I've heard of it. I haven't seen the Napoleon Dynamite show. Ren and Stimpy was really funny, though. I liked Ren and Stimpy, the adult cartoon show. That one was really funny. I'd probably put it like right below the Cleveland show. I don't know how many people are a fan of it, but I was always a really big fan of the Ren and Stimpy show. Sorry, my laptop's pretty slow, so that's why takes a while for it to get it. Also, there's just so many cartoons here. I'm not really sure what that is. A lot of these I don't know. I know that Legends was like a South Park ripoff. Never watched it though. I've seen the George Bush comedy. I've seen clips of it. The clips I've seen are really funny, but I'm guessing it wasn't a great show. The cartoon president, aren't those the same thing? Or they did two cartoon presidents. That's kind of crazy. Actually, a big fan of Mr. Pickles. I'm gonna put it like I can't put it above The Simpsons, but I'd probably put it there. Mr. Pickles was always a treat. It always treated me well. I was always a big fan of it. Um, all the seasons were good too, up until it ended, and then they went on to the Sheriff prequel series, and I never watched that. But Mr. Pickles, I was always a big fan of. The Nut Shack, I actually did watch. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I'm still gonna put it in C tier, but I don't think it's an F tier show. I actually kind of enjoyed it, so but I can see why people wouldn't enjoy it. Okay, Super Jail. Big fan of Super Jail. I'm gonna put it S tier. Probably my most controversial take of the video, but man, I would always just what Super Jail aired like right after Family Guy did on the Adult Swim schedule. I really loved Super Jail. It sucks that they had to end it. No. I think I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Queer Duck. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Yeah, a lot of these I haven't seen. I like Happy Tree Friends. For a YouTube show, it actually did really well. I haven't watched any recent episodes, but I I'll put it in B tier. Probably bottom of B tier. As a kid, I was like, "Oh, this is a great show," but seeing it back, it's just kind of just gore to be gore. It's kind of like Mr. Pickles, but without the dialogue, really. Um, I don't even know what that is. Is that a flash animation? I actually did watch Border Town. I think that I'm one of the few people window like 2000 it maybe even less than a year. It was one season. I don't even know if it came out on DVD or anything. Oh, my laptop's crashing. Okay, I think we're still here though. Yeah, so I'm one of the very few people who watched it, but I liked it. I think it can go in B tier. Let me just make sure we're still recording because I don't even know. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, good. Let's see. Yeah, Border Town. I don't think it was as bad. I don't even know if anybody remembers it. But judging by some of the cartoons on here, I think that a lot of people probably have more knowledge than I do because I don't even know what half these things are. Yeah, sorry. This is going to be kind of a slow video just because my laptop is not as good as my computer. I would do it on my computer, but my headphones are broken, so that wouldn't work out. The Brack Show. I've seen it. I think I've seen one, but I haven't seen enough to rank it. But